All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be breaking down a couple reasons why you should, in fact, start building a community of your own and really reveal the power behind having an actual Facebook group. So I picked this up fairly early on in my affiliate marketing journey, right? I was looking at getting started and I realized all of these huge creators and really successful entrepreneurs all had communities of their own. And as I got further and further into the online world, a very common strategy taught was like going into other people's groups, into other people's communities and like poaching their leads. And it really dawned on me that I wanted to put a big emphasis on growing and monetizing a group of my own, which is exactly what we're going to be breaking down in this video, how it actually changed my business and how it can change yours. Now, I'm going to shoot you with a shameless plug real quick, right? At any point in this video, if you want to join my group below where I post content just about daily and really learn the secrets behind my multi-six-figure business without all the fluffy bullshit, go ahead and click the link in the description. There will be a link for my group there. So let's talk about key element number one, like the real power behind growing a Facebook group or a community in general. The way that I like to look at it is it becomes a online journal, a really documentation of your process. And it's your space, right? You make the rules. You let the people that you want in. And I think what gets overlooked a lot is like, say you go out and you start a Facebook group today, you start a community of your own, and you start documenting all the stuff that you're doing in your business. You start talking about everything you're doing. Over prolonged periods of time, this is going to build a really deep relationship with the people that come into your group. And what I really mean by this is like the people that came into my group a couple years ago, right? They saw me maybe blogging, doing a bunch of YouTube videos, really struggling to have any success. And over the last couple years, they've seen me build this multi-six-figure brand online. They're going to feel extremely inspired simply by me sharing my journey, right? By me sharing what's going on in my business, what's going on in my life. And they feel like they're a part of this thing. And that's what a lot of people really want to be a part of, right? They want to be a part of something. They want to buy into actual culture. And it's really easy for you to do when you have a group or a community of your own, right? You're kind of leading the masses of people that are in your world to do this, right? Come along the journey with you. And another element to why having a group and building your own community is by far one of the most beneficial things you could do in your business is it's going to give you long-term security. And this specific topic is for a lot of my affiliates, right? Maybe you're pumping a value ladder product, maybe you're poaching other people's groups and all this stuff, you know, and the question to ask yourself is like, what are you going to do when that thing stops trending, right? When that other group stops being as relevant. If you prioritize building your own pocket of people in your own group, in your own community, right, it's going to give you security over years to come, right? I've virtually done and been involved in a plethora of different business models, different strategies, and my group has continuously grown throughout that entire journey, right? I haven't had to start over from scratch every time I pivot my business or every time I start doing something slightly different. I haven't had to start over because I have this group of people that are all interested in the types of things that I'm doing, right? And number three being eventually that they'll grow by themselves, right? And this is a big one. Everybody's always looking for more and more and more leads, but there's this weird paradox with your own Facebook groups or your communities in general, where the more that you're active in them, the more that you're doing in them, right? You're going to start growing it automatically. Meaning you no longer have to do things to acquire leads, right? I get anywhere between 10 and 50 people jumping into my group every single day. And that's not to say that they all turn into sales as soon as they jump into my communities, but most of them will end up buying something from me at some point. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you'll have platforms recommending you. Facebook will start recommending you to other Facebook groups. You'll have people who love what you're doing inside of your groups. And they'll start inviting their friends. They'll start inviting people to come join the community as well. And it really starts to snowball, right? It gets easier and easier to make sales, right? It gets easier and easier to pull out conversations from, you know, your own community in contrast to other people's groups, right? They're already aware of you. There is like everybody coming into your group is a warm lead. And from experience, it's probably 100 times easier to close high ticket sales coming out of your own group versus out of somebody else's group. And as my long-term followers will know, right, we're big on Facebook groups, right? Everything I do in my business revolves around my group. You know, the external face of my business, like YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, you know, everything that I'm doing outside of my group, in a sense, points people into my community, where I then build long-standing relationships with people with written content, video content, and I extrapolate sales out of my community. And when you do this effectively, you can eventually turn a small number of people in your community into huge paydays. I mean, I know people that have smaller groups than me that are annually pulling in 7 figures by leveraging this exact type of framework. And we've done multiple 6 figures this year, with the main pillar of our entire business being a Facebook group. So that's just a brief breakdown of like the real power behind having a community of your own. And I would challenge everyone to go out there and just start creating one, right? Go create a Facebook group, invite some friends, start talking about what's going on inside of your group, and naturally you'll start building it up and you'll start getting people inside. And if you'd like some help rapidly growing and monetizing a group of your own, go ahead and hit the link below, jump into my community, and let's have a chat, because it's exactly what we help people do. Like one of our students who was able to take their group from a couple hundred members to 2,100 people in less than 28 days, and a handful of high ticket sales because of it. And these aren't just, you know, ghost members of your communities, right? These are people that actually want to be in your world. They're engaged. They're like actually buying into your culture, and they want to buy your products. And that's all I got for you guys today. Go out there and implement some stuff, build a community of your own, and I'll see you guys in the next one.